Two lesbians with pink hair just changed the game in a way that I haven't seen in decades. There's going to be a lot of debate in the coming months about how the Minnesota Lynx season ended. But what I hope gets remembered, what I hope sticks, is the shift we felt in the W this season. Last year, we saw the Caitlin Clark effect. An undeniable wave of new fans, ticket demand soaring, arenas selling out, games turning into must-see TV. So when Caitlin Clark spent more time in street clothes than that iconic 22 jersey, the online narrative was predictable. The W was unwatchable, ratings would tank, interest would vanish. But then, two best friends up in Minnesota started live streaming, and what came from that, I believe, will ripple out far longer and wider than anything else we saw this season. When the Lynx stepped into the playoffs, they did it in pink hair. The Studbudz, Courtney Williams and Natisha Heidemann had made it their signature. Two strong black women, lesbians, rocking short pink cuts together, and suddenly it was impossible to ignore the bigger picture. Because while Caitlin Clark, a generational talent who, despite her own perceived political leanings, has become a smoke signal for the right-wing political movement, the Studbudz became the antithesis of that, offering visibility, authenticity. They never toned themselves down, never polished themselves into a media-friendly version, and people loved them for it. Loved them so much so that they landed the cover of Slam, met the CEO of Twitch, and played in front of an arena packed with fans in pink wigs as they climbed to the top seat. They became the must-see TV. And while I so badly wanted for the Lynx to make it all the way, what I'll carry with me is the sight of a court full of pink-haired women on a primetime stage, fierce, joyful, talented, and unapologetically themselves. It reminded me of girlhood, but not the kind sold in neat packages, not the kind confined to tradition or tied to a single fan base or representative of one type. A girlhood that stretches, that reaches, that reflects back at every young woman watching from home, that says you can be here too. I know that because I felt it once. In 1999, sitting in front of the TV watching the US women win the World Cup, I felt that same joy, that same surge of possibility. That was the moment I knew I wanted to live in the world of women's sports, not just as a fan, but as a voice. And now, decades later, seeing the Studbudz and the Lynx light up the league with pink hair and presence, I feel it all over again. That spark, that shift, that reminder that women's sports don't just exist, but they redefine and they show us new ways to imagine ourselves.